Hello everyone and welcome back to IMO Reviews. Today we have three very different, very obscure reviews for you. Starting with an album that I was supposed to review about 3 months ago, but my schedule was just absolutely insane and I couldn't get to it in time. But seeing as the artist has just very recently completely sold out Finsbury Park, what a better time to talk about Jamie T, The Theory of Whatever. This is the fifth studio album released earlier this year from British indie artist Jamie T. Jamie T is an artist that I have followed since early teenage years. I was the perfect age group and demographic for his type of music. It did have that reckless teenage abandonment to it, but at the same time there was always a lot of heart and emotion and deep thoughts as well that really humanised him. For all of his faults and flaws, you could see a good person in there. And that's what I always loved about Jamie T. Somehow I can see myself in him through his music. And I just loved how much he had evolved on this album and how much he has matured as an artist. But I also appreciated that he doesn't seem to be regretful of his past. He hasn't sold out and just gone completely mainstream. No, he is still very much Jamie T, and you can see that and you can feel that and you can hear that within this album. He feels like he's in a very good place, but he also recognises that he can improve on things and he can go further, that this is very much just the halfway house, if you will. But he's enjoying it nonetheless. The journey is what's important, not the end goal. I thoroughly enjoyed some of the experimentation on this album. Jamie T has always been experimental, but here I thought it really worked between the acoustic and the synth music as well that really shouldn't blend, and yet it strangely did. I never in a million years would have thought I'd hear Jamie T with a synth backing track. And yet I'm really glad I have, because I thought it was great. And the production has really elevated from the days of Panic Prevention, even though that's actually one of my favourite aspects of Panic Prevention, the way it half sounds like it was recorded in a public space. But that being said, I couldn't help but notice the change and the growth and the much sharper and crisper delivery and sound. It's very nicely put together. And getting into the actual songs, I thought this was a lovely blend of emotion, and I thought that the songs all complemented each other very nicely. He hits a lot of different genres and themes throughout the album, but they do all connect back to each other. St George's Wharf Tower, that is just simply stunning. That really is a very heartfelt and moving song that might be Jamie T's best to date. Talk is Cheap is also a great song. The Terror of Lambeth Love is annoyingly catchy. I found myself singing that one quite a lot, and I really enjoyed that one because it's so unusual. It is a weird song, and yet you will still find a groove with it and enjoy it. I also thought Thank You was a lovely song, and what I really like is that you can look forward to that song coming up on the album, or you can just take them as singles and just put them into any old playlist and they still work fine. They're not too tied down by the narrative at all. And stepping away from the more emotional, heartfelt side of the album, there's also lots of pop-centric, feel-good, catchy tunes on here as well. 90s Cars was a beautiful opener for the album. I really like that song a lot. I also loved Sabretooth. That song really did take me back to the old style of Jamie T. That felt like that song could have easily come off of Kings and Queens. But I don't think it's a perfect album, unfortunately. And that does hurt me to say, because I want to give this guy as much love and praise as I can. I've been such a fan of his for so long, and we're still here cheering him on. But I do have to acknowledge some of the flaws that I found with this album. I wasn't the biggest fan of every single track. For example, Keying Lamborghinis, the track itself is good. I love the synth backing track, but lyrically and with a message, it did leave me wanting. And this might just be my weird ass brain connecting dots that aren't actually there. 5,000 Unmarked Bullets, it really reminded me of the Boomtown Rats I Don't Like Mondays. It's just a bit too similar for me. And it has sort of ruined that song for me. Every time I hear that song now, I just hear, but there are no reasons to You're welcome. So I'm going to give Jamie T, The Theory of Whatever, an 8 out of 10. Ultimately, I'm very impressed and I love the evolution that this album displays. If you were to put on Panic Prevention and listen to it from start to finish and jump immediately into the Theory of Whatever, that's where the real gem is of this album, that you can see how far this guy has come over the years. And maybe it's a personal thing because I have grown with this guy that I felt touched inside to see this guy doing so well, moving on, progressing his own story. I couldn't help but fall in love with that a little bit. Thank you for watching this review. Please be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and please do hit the comment section. Have you listened to Theory of Whatever? Are you a fan of Jamie T's? Let me know in the comment section below. Take care, and we look forward to seeing you on the next review.